and deeper. If I find him, I'ma keep him. Not saying SMG.
Hey, what's up? It's been a while, right? I'm giving you Sailor Moon vibes today. I'm more like Luna. I'm giving you Luna human form vibes today. Are you feeling it? You guys requested it, so we are back here. Let me give a little bit of fan service. Let me do a whole November. Full of dating in Japan. I'm so good to you. Drop a sub or drop a like right now. I deserve it, guys. I was speaking to one dude in particular that I'm gonna talk about today, and I found him on Hello Talk. Hello Talk is an app where you have a language exchange, and some people are actually there to language exchange. You'll find a lot of people, you know, floating around who actually want a little bit more than that. He seems very interested in me. When I check his pictures, he's alright. Not like Adonis. You know who that one was, Mr. Shuffle over there. He was cute enough for me to want to meet up with him. Not long after our conversation had begun, he actually asked me out and said, you know, I'd like to take you out on a date. Is that okay? Of course, I'm down. I'm open to meeting people and going on dates and trying to find the love of my life. So I'm just like, yeah, cool, that's fine. And we met up. We didn't go for yakiniku, which was a kind of, I guess, a good change. But now reflecting back, I think I know why. I'll tell you later. But anyways, at the time, it was a lovely spot. Instantly, the thing that caught my eye, dude was a giant. Last time I dated a giant was my ex-boyfriend in the summertime. Rest in peace. But anyways, he was tall and I was just looking up like, okay. Slowly looked down and I was like, oh, okay. He was just kind of like a lumberjack. I'm not a fan of plaid. I was in the forest. He was chopping wood. He found me and I was gonna be his next catch. That's all I felt. I was like, okay, this guy's trying to hunt. One thing that I noticed was his eyes. Kind of intense, like a killer eye. Is killer eye an actual terminology? Did I just create a thing? He's got killer eyes. At the time, we weren't social distancing, so it was just full of people. I usually ask, have you ever dated a foreigner before or a non-Japanese person before? Usually the answer is yes, because these type of people are looking to communicate in English, or looking to make friends, or looking to date somebody who is other than Japanese. So it's quite common. Another thing that I noticed was like some of his exes had been black. It could be a positive. It could be a fetish. I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure it out. This boy's kind of giving me his life story. The way he was talking about his ex, I was like, okay, you had a crazy situation. Do not clump me with all these black girls, okay? Do not clump me with all the foreigners. Just because you're Japanese doesn't mean that you're gonna ghost me. You're gonna ghost me or just say you've got like a secret wife on the side or something. We are really making headway in this one date already. This could be you are too much and over emotional. Or this could be, wow, you're like foreigners. You're kind of like a little bit more open and willing to talk about things. The date goes pretty well. There's nothing else to really tell about that date. We had many dates. We spent time. We got intimate. The good thing is he had a mode of transport, so it was kind of easy to go from place to place nearby, and it was refreshing not having to catch the train. I found it a bit odd when I'd speak to him. He was just like, oh, I can't meet with you. I just feel like it was BS, basically. And I feel like when you get to know somebody, you know when it's BS. And I just feel like he couldn't be asked to meet me. What he liked to do is bitch and moan. And it's just like this cycle of negativity. And I feel like I couldn't really do anything to help him get out of it, because that's up to him. It's your life. I came to a point where I was like, I need to sit this guy down and talk to him, because he's not a bad person. I actually enjoy going on dates with this person, but the negative attitude is affecting me. You know, I don't deal with emotional vampires very well. He was just very self-centered when he'd message me. It was never like, how are you doing? Oh God, I had such a crappy day. Oh, do you know what this is in English? I understand people deal with stuff different ways. You know, not everything you can just be like, click your fingers and poof, it's gone like magic. I tried to talk to him, but he was always flip it round. Oh, so I'm a bad person. I'm the bad guy. And continue to rant about the bad things in his life or his past. And it's like, you're doing the same thing over and over again. You've got to change the cycle. Like, I'm trying to help you here. I can't stand when people play the martyr or the victim. We all have issues and problems. Try and work through things. Stop just passing it off as I'm a bad person. It was like so negative, and he just dismissed things, and I couldn't really get through to him. We haven't spent time enough for me to feel like I'm gonna work through this with you, because, you know, I love you. A lot has happened that has made me see him in a very negative light, where I'm like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. You just keep making matters worse, and it's just all about you. After some time, it just didn't feel right to me anymore, because I didn't have the behavior and the status that I wanted from him, and I felt like it was just too much of a hassle to be with him because I felt like I was mothering him. I was giving him all the support that he needed, but he wasn't really being there for me, and that imbalance I cannot handle with. He did not deserve to be with me, so therefore I had to have this conversation. So I call him up. He lives with his mother and we're talking on FaceTime, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. I just don't feel like you're really truly interested in me. You just come round to visit mine, and in between you don't really talk to me very much. And I'm not saying that your penis is too small or anything. Okay, I was wrong for that. You want to know what this guy said? We finished doing what we were doing, and he's like, God, you're so wet. It takes me a while to come, and your is a little. Do not blame my and your inability to keep it up on me. You never say that to a guy. I've had no complaints about the size or the wetness or anything, okay? And you say sorry just because you know that I'm upset, but you still don't really know why you're sorry. I need to stop before I pop off and trigger a whole lot of people. It's okay if you haven't got a huge... It's okay if the size of your doesn't match your height. It's okay, but do not come for me. And I've never said anything about yours. I never complained or anything. That day triggered me and I was like,
I'll punish you.
Serena's got the right kind of idea. I ain't playing. My pride was damaged. That's the reason why I mentioned about his small penis, all right, guys, is because I was being petty.
I said what I said.
Is there something wrong with my size? Oh, no. It's not that.
Yes.
It's not like you can't perform very well. It's just, I don't feel like you're ready. Maybe it's just better that we just be friends. His mom comes in trying to catch all the tea through the door. You know something's going down. He's like cussing her out. It's embarrassing for him. It's embarrassing for me. I just didn't feel like he was taking care of my needs, or sometimes I felt like he was kind of cold, and it would change. I'd have a moment of, oh, this is really nice and he's being kind of sweet, to, oh, I didn't expect him to react that way or not give any reaction, where I feel like, does he even like me? We didn't speak for like a while. We're still in the suggested stay-at-home phase, but he contacts me and he's like, hi Corny, I was just thinking, would you like to get some ramen with me? Why are you inviting me out for ramen? I just fancied some ramen. You know I don't like ramen. Why are you inviting me for ramen? I just want ramen and I want to treat you. Is that okay? Yet again, it's about him because he wants ramen. He's not thinking about what I want. I say whatever. The boy missed me. Of course he missed me.
Who would not miss me after I'm gone?
Except for the first person I actually ever fell in love with. Even he missed me after I was gone. But then it got to a point of like, oh, it's too toxic. But I need to tell that story eventually. Yeah, anyways, back to this. He proceeds to tell me about a date that he had during the time we weren't speaking. We're supposed to be staying at home, remember? He ain't got time to come and see me. So we met up and, you know, I really wanted to have sex with her because, you know, she's really beautiful. She brought her friend. Her and a friend just wanted to drink all night. So I paid for all these drinks hoping, you know, I could get a little, could have sex with her, but that never really happened. And then I met her again. She needed to move. So I helped her move all of her stuff to her new apartment. And I was hoping, you know, that we could get closer, but nothing really happened then. And then I met her again. We went on a date, but I paid for everything. And we never did anything. We never did anything. You're doing all this for someone you don't know. And then after about 4 times of meeting this girl, you come to the conclusion, oh, she's using me for my money. And then this time I'm like, did you even like me? Even though I said we could be friends, it's still crossing a line of disrespect. It's not been too long since we haven't spoken. It hasn't been months and months and months. It's been like, what, 2 or 3 weeks? Or all the times where he hasn't really listened or asked me how I'm doing, and I'm there like dealing with things on my own. He's tripping over himself to help this pretty blonde Russian girl. I escaped. Hit that button. Escape that relationship because I'm not about to do this shit. Are you pissed off? I'm fine. I'm not gonna show my emotions. I'm gonna play poker face. This new information is in the back of my mind. I could ghost him and block his ass. The lines were still open. I purchased some socks online on Amazon. The socks were too big. They actually came and they were his size. He probably doesn't even know my shoe size, but see how I pay attention. I message him and I'm like, oh, I bought these socks. Do you want them? Yeah. How much are they? We arranged to meet somewhere. Couldn't meet for some reason, so he had to come here. And then when he actually finally came here, he proceeded to complain that we couldn't meet. Remember, I'm the one that has to catch a train. he doesn't have to do anything because he's got his own transport. It's like, well, you didn't have to say yes to come and get these socks. And he's like, but I want to get the socks. I wanted to. So anyways, he comes for these socks. He complains about meeting me. And then he complains about his job and complains about his life. And I'm like, okay, just buy the damn socks. Nothing happened, but we are talking about what happened. And I say this, it's not like we were ever dating anyways. What? We weren't together, right? Well, I thought we were together. I thought you were my girlfriend. What? When did you treat me like a girlfriend? When were you there emotionally and supporting me? When were you listening to what I was going through? When did you take interest in my life and what I enjoyed doing? My friends, my relationships, my family? When did you even show me affection in public? When did you even hold my hand, which is the least you could have done? When did you open a door, pull out a seat, pull out a chair? Pull out your wallet, pull out your money. It's not all about the money. Just because you're sleeping with someone does not mean you're in a relationship. We never had that talk, and maybe that's the problem. And that is the lesson I've learned, to have the talk. People have different levels and standards, clearly, because he wasn't meeting the standards of a boyfriend. He wasn't doing his part at all. And if he thinks he was a boyfriend, he was a pretty one. But that's why I was so shocked, because he hadn't done anything to even try and rectify or listen to what I was trying to tell him in order for us to be in a relationship. No, you haven't been making me happy at all. I was trying to get there, but we weren't there. Yeah, so that's the first time I've ever been told that I was in a relationship with someone. I was somebody's girlfriend without actually ever clarifying or feeling like I was a girlfriend. More than F-buddies, but less than a girlfriend, like in that weird grey zone. So I was very shocked and disappointed that he thought that was reasonable standards. Communication is everything. If they can't communicate with you, then there's no point being in the relationship. You don't know where you're at, where you're going, where you could get to if you can't communicate properly. And if you don't have a clear interest in somebody, if you're just self-absorbed, things can't really grow and develop if you're just watering your own plant. You've got to water each other, you know? And I guess you'd never know until you're in this situation or you've experienced exactly what I've experienced for yourself. But if you have experienced something similar, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear, what the hell did you do? How did you find out? Were you shocked like I was because you weren't being treated the way you needed to be treated? You don't have to be impenetrable, but you have to have a certain standard for yourself. And if somebody's not meeting it, it's okay to say goodbye. It's better for them, it's better for you, and hopefully you can find your happiness. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me rant. It's been therapeutic as per usual. Follow me on Instagram, I like to do things on there. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? I know you've been here. It's time to subscribe, so join the crew. It's November and this is the time that we're going to talk about everything dating in Japan or dating in general related. So keep with me, press that bell, and I'll see you very shortly. And until next time, guys, faitos, gamate, peace and love. Bye.